Oh, hello, Karen, how are you? Um,
Are you okay?
well, I've got a lump on my neck, but other than that, I'm fine.
Oh no.
No, don't worry about it.
Have you been to the doctors?
I failed to get to the last two, endoscopy appointments because, of, no community transport available, the car.
Oh dear.
Well, Karen, I mean, he's probably just dead. Sorry. It's probably dead tumour tissue just gone south.
Oh, it could be. Yeah.
Or it could be tumours, and then, well,
Yeah.
I can't have any more radiation,
Yeah.
and I won't have. I mean, 3 years ago, Mum and I said no more chemotherapy, but if it is tumours, the chemotherapy is just palliative care.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, it's not very palliative, is it? If it's going to do what chemotherapy does to you.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things.
Yeah.
I'm not actually worried about it.
No.
Now,
Well,
I mean, yesterday I spoke to my manager at work, and there's going to be an investigation to suspected abuse
oh dear.
of a disabled, vulnerable adult. Because, I mean, it's about time, isn't it, Karen?
It is. Yeah.
And I said, look, I don't want anything to do with it other than that I will help as much as they want.
Yeah.
But I ain't spending the rest of my life worrying about these people. I said, I answer for Desmond.
Well.
I said, Dr. Vajda, the head psychiatrist of the Highlands, apart from saying in all good conscience, Desmond, we can't keep you here.
Yeah.
But if you stay for an extra 24 hours, we'll try and get you an MRI instead of a CT.
Yeah.
And he said, if we can't get that, we'll send you home on a pass.
Yeah.
And then you can get the dental appointments and this MRI as an inpatient,
Yeah.
as opposed to wait for months. And I said, what he said was, all we want to do, Desmond, is get all the information in one place.
Well, that's true.
And I said, well, that's all I want.
Yeah.
Because what crime had been committed on a Friday night after the pub, eh?
Yeah.
When my unattached neighbour, who I bear no malice to, rings up the police, probably inebriated, and says, my neighbour's got my lost key, he's got my spare key.
Yeah.
So I hear flashlights and voices at midnight, quite literally midnight,
Oh dear.
in my garden. So I rang 999.
Yeah.
And I went, go away! I'm calling the police.
Yeah.
And these voices go, we are the police. I've got this on video on my laptop.
Oh.
And I went, you've got to be kidding.
Oh dear.
Can you believe, I mean, what crime had been committed about a lost key?
Nothing.
I mean, it's ridiculous. And so, on the day my mum died, when John MacDonald, the senior bereavement officer, did all the arrangements for mum, I didn't touch it. Because I said to him, I'm not doing anything. I said, because my sister's going to come for me. My mum said so.
Yeah.
And because families that don't contact their parents when they're dying, they don't blame themselves, my mum said. She said she'll come after you, Desmond.
Oh dear.
So that's why John MacDonald, a very nice man, good name John, he did all the arrangements, as you know,
Yeah.
and then at 10 o'clock at night, 20 to 10 at night, I'm going to bed. I haven't been to sleep for 3 days because I've been giving my mum morphine every 2 hours. And yeah, so the police turned up, as you know, and he said, I'm here because your sister, over my mum's dead body, quite literally, said, I'm here because your sister's made a complaint that your mum's last wishes hadn't been respected. If he'd said that in Airdrie to my dad's family, we would have buried him.
Yeah.
And if Stephen had had a mental breakdown, a psychotic episode, and a hallucination appeared, and Stephen had done any damage to that man, well, at best they would have never found the body, and at worst I'd have said I did it.
Yeah.
And so, what crime had been committed? John McDonald, senior bereavement police officer, did not leave the scene of a crime.
Yeah.
So, when I said to the police officer, Steve, as I now know, because as you know, 6 months to the day my mum died, I put a video on YouTube, and within an hour and a half, he sent 2 young police officers. I wouldn't go to the door. Now, I don't know what you know about welfare checks and the law about welfare checks, but you have every right not to go to the door. It's actually in the legislation and the regulations. All they're there to do is make sure there's not a dead body on the floor. So when Steve turned up, because the boys couldn't get me to the door, and said, if you don't come to the door, I'm breaking it down with a hammer they used to get, you know, one of those things it takes 4 people to hold to get drug dealers. I rang the doctor's surgery and said what's happening and gave, well, I don't even say what happened, I just handed the phone through the window. And then after, when he got off the phone, Steve, the police officer, I only know he's called Steve because when I did come outside, and he's literally laying on the bins. Well, I'm sat on the doorstep, he's laying on the bins. Like the cat that's got his cream. And you know what he said? He said, do you know who I am? I went, no. He said, I was here the night your mum died. And I thought to myself, wait a minute, aren't you trained in de-escalating the situation as opposed to trying to get an emotional response, since you're the man that illegally took my mum's body away and said that you didn't have to say why, what law? You know, when you tell a police officer that, one welfare check, David, born in Dornoch, but lives in Golspie, Kath, the registrar, she said, I sent him because he's a Dornoch boy. I said, he denies it. He said he's from Golspie. He moved there when he was 9. He probably got bullied from being from Dornoch. Do you know Dornoch is Gaelic for Pebbly Beach?
All right, no.
Pebbly Place, sorry.
Yeah. It means I've got to go because my phone's ringing.
Oh, I'm really sorry. Well, thank you anyway. So I'm fine. Wednesday I go to a friend, and then the week later, if I'm fit enough, I'm going to visit a friend in a poor village in the Himalaya.
That's excellent.
If I can, yeah. I'm with a family. I'm staying with a family.
Yeah, good for you.
Good night. God bless. Thank you. Nice to see you.